What if I told you that trying to learn every IAM vendor is actually slowing your career down? I see this mistake made all the time. Somebody decides that they want to get into identity access management, so they start watching videos on Okta, CyberArk, then SailPoint, then Entra ID, then Ping Identity, and so on and so forth. A month later, they know a little bit about 5 different platforms, but they can't confidently talk about any of them in an interview. Meanwhile, another candidate spend those same few months becoming really good at one IAM platform. They build projects, they understand how the product works, they know the terminology, they can confidently answer interview questions. Guess who's getting hired? Here's something that most people don't realize. Companies don't expect entry-level IAM analysts to know every platform. They usually want someone who can hit the ground running on their platform. That's why being a specialist in one vendor is more valuable than being a beginner in 5. So in this video, I'm ranking the top 5 IAM vendors you see most often on the job boards and explaining why becoming a specialist in one of them can dramatically improve your chances for landing an IAM role. Let's get into it. Starting at number 5 is Ping Identity. Ping has been around for years and is heavily used by large enterprises, government, organizations, and financial institutions. If a company needs enterprise-grade authentication and federation, Ping is often in the conversation. As a Ping specialist, you spend your time working with single sign-on, federation, SAML, OAuth, OpenID Connect, MFA, and identity providers. Notice something? You're not just learning a tool. You're becoming a person who understands enterprise authentication. That's valuable. Companies don't hire someone because they memorize ping menus. They hire someone because they understand how identity flows through an organization. If authentication interests you, Ping is definitely a great vendor. At number 4 is Microsoft Entra ID. This one is everywhere. If a company uses Microsoft 365, Windows, Exchange, Teams, or SharePoint, there's a good chance they're using Entra ID. An Entra specialist might spend their day creating users, managing groups, configuring conditional access, implementing multi-factor authentication, managing enterprise applications, assigning licenses, or managing role-based access control. Many companies are actively looking for people who know the Microsoft identity ecosystem because it's so widely adopted. The best part, you can practice almost everything in a free developer tenant. That means you can gain real hands-on experience without working for a company. Coming in at number 3 is Okta. If cloud identity interests you, Okta is one of the best platforms you can specialize in. Many technology companies, startups, health organizations, and SaaS business rely on Okta for identity management. Instead of trying to become an expert on every IAM solution, imagine being the Okta person, the person who understands lifecycle management, provisioning, application integration, universal directory, workflows, adaptive MFA, identity engine. This is how many consultants build successful careers. Companies specifically hire Okta administrators and Okta engineers because they need someone who already understands the platform. Instead of being average across 5 tools, become exceptional at Okta. Coming in at number 2 is CyberArk. CyberArk isn't general IAM. It's privileged access management, and that's an important distinction. Organizations spend millions protecting administrator accounts. Because if attackers compromise privileged credentials, the entire environment can be at risk. CyberArk specialists focus primarily on privileged identities. That includes password vaults, session management, credential rotation, privileged elevation, least privilege, endpoint management, secure remote access. One reason I recommend CyberArk so often is because there are fewer specialists compared to being an IAM. When companies invest in CyberArk, they usually need dedicated engineers, not someone who only knows the basics. And coming in at my number 1 recommendation is SailPoint. If someone asked me today, I want to specialize in one IAM platform that consistently appears on job boards, SailPoint would be my answer. Why? Because identity governance is becoming one of the fastest growing areas in IAM. Companies aren't just asking, can users log in? They're asking, who has access? Who approved it? Do they still need it? Can we prove compliance during an audit? This is where SailPoint shines. SailPoint specialists often become experts in identity lifecycle management, access requests, certification campaigns, provisioning, role modeling, identity governance, compliance, workflow automation. Here's something interesting. When companies buy SailPoint, they usually don't assign it to some random sysadmin. They hire dedicated SailPoint engineers, administrators, consultants, and developers. That's why specialization here can create a very strong career path. And here's a bonus tip. Here's the advice that I'd give to anyone trying to break into IAM today. Don't chase every vendor, pick one. Spend 3 to 6 months becoming really good at it. Build projects, read documentation, watch implementation videos, join the vendor's community, and earn a certification if it makes sense for you. Then become known for that platform. After you've mastered one vendor, learning another becomes much easier because the core IAM concepts stay the same. You're not starting over, you're simply learning a different interface. So here's my ranking of the top IAM vendors to specialize in. Number 5, Ping Identity. Number 4, Microsoft Entra ID. Number 3, Okta. Number 2, CyberArk. And number 1, SailPoint. You don't need to learn every IAM platform to land your first role. In fact, becoming highly skilled in one vendor can make you more attractive than someone who has surface level knowledge about 5. The deeper your expertise, the more confident you'll be in interviews, and the more value you'll bring to your employers. Let me know in the comments if you had to specialize in one IAM vendor, which one would you choose? And if you're serious about building a career in IAM, hit that subscribe button and also check out some of my other videos about IAM related content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.